Good morning, Facebook family and friends and YouTube subscribers. Today is Monday. It is October the 5th of 2015. The Black Lives Matter movement was started a little over 2 years ago in July of 2013. Black Lives Matter is an activist movement in the United States that began in the wake of the July 2013 acquittal of George Zimmerman in the Florida shooting death of African-American teen Trayvon Martin. The Black Lives Matter movement campaigns against police brutality in the United States against African-Americans. The group really took off after teenager Michael Brown in Ferguson and 43-year-old Eric Garner in New York City were both killed. In both cases, the grand jury did not indict the officers and no charges were brought because of those two guys, two African-American deaths. Several unarmed African-Americans who died at the hands of law enforcement have had their deaths protested by the movement. Tamar Rice, Eric Harris, Walter Scott, Freddie Gray, whose death sparked the 2015 Baltimore protests. Several media organizations refer to it as a new civil rights movement. However, conservative pundits have labeled the movement a hate group. The movement was co-founded by three black activists, Alicia Garcia, Patricia Coolers, and Opal Tomati. Although the three run a stable website and organization, the overall Black Lives Matter movement is a decentralized network and has no formal hierarchy or structure. The movement reached national awareness with the protests and arrests in Ferguson in August of 2014, and those other people that were not involved in those movements. The movement began as a hashtag, Black Lives Matter, on Twitter after George Zimmerman's 2013 acquittal for the shooting death of Trayvon Martin, and gained momentum after the shooting death of Michael Brown. So we have the Black Lives Matter movement. The organization states that Black Lives Matter is a unique contribution that goes beyond extrajudicial killings of black people by police and vigilantes, and that Black Lives Matter affirms the lives of black, queer, and trans folks, disabled folks, black undocumented folks, folks with records, women, and all black lives along the gender spectrum. All right, so why has the Black Lives Matter movement failed? What is keeping the Black Lives Matter movement from moving forward? Well, maybe they chose the wrong targets. Over the weekend, here in Atlanta, a 15-year-old girl was shot and killed outside her home in Union City, Georgia, by a drive-by shooting, 15 years of age. And in New York City, two young men, African-American men, were shot and killed in Staten Island, New York, 127 and 28 brothers, also victims of a shooting right out near their home. In order for the Black Lives Matter movement to win, we have to really take a closer look at who's killing who. Yeah, I can imagine that we have police officers shooting and killing black folks sporadically, but most of the deaths that we see in a black community are caused by black on black, blacks killing each other, shooting each other, stabbing each other, many times over nothing. But the Black Lives Matter movement has not tackled this issue. In fact, they have seemed to ignore this issue and focus mainly on police shootings and white officers shooting and killing black people. I don't know if it's right to ignore black on black crime. In fact, Black Lives Matter movement feels like black on black crime doesn't even exist. They won't even acknowledge it. They don't think it exists. They don't think it's real. They don't think blacks kill each other on a regular basis. And they don't want to acknowledge it. So if you have a movement that's supposed to help move the importance of black people's lives, Black Lives Matter, but we're ignoring the deaths of so many African Americans, so many black Americans at the hands of other black Americans, I don't know if that's a good idea. Me personally, I feel safe around police officers than I do around other blacks. But when I make that statement, a lot of people become very angry and upset and mad because they feel as if that statement alone, that I don't feel comfortable around other black people in certain situations. And I'll just be very honest, in certain situations I don't feel comfortable around other blacks because I know the history of us, I could look at the numbers and see that we will shoot and kill each other in a heartbeat and think nothing about it. We will kill each other quick. That young 15-year-old girl who died this weekend, 15 years of age, her life was just starting here in Atlanta, Georgia. Shot and killed Sunday night. Today is Monday. Her family's planning her funeral today. What did she die for? What reason would someone pull up and start shooting at a group of teenagers and took that young girl's life? Where are the Black Lives Matter movement people now? Where's the protest? Where's the screaming? Where's the ranting? Nobody seems to care. Now, had that been a white police officer who shot that 15-year-old kid, then things would be completely different. But unfortunately, we don't care about us killing each other. It's just another day in Black America. It isn't an issue. It isn't a problem. That 15-year-old black young lady who died, 15-year-old teenager, she will be forgotten in a few days. Nobody will care about her. Nobody would care. Nobody would discuss it. You won't hear anything else about that 15-year-old girl who passed away. And that's where the Black Lives Matter campaign has failed. Instead of pushing to calm our communities, to stop the violence in our communities, they've only focused on violent crimes by police officers, which is such a small number compared to the thousands of African Americans who are killed daily in our communities nationwide. So until the Black Lives Matter campaign takes a closer look at our own communities, nothing will change, and the Black Lives campaign will continue to fail as it has. I support the Black Lives Matter campaign because I think it's important, but I don't think they're going about it the correct way to bring change to our communities. Anyway, if you like my videos, please click like, share them with family members and friends. And I'd love to hear your opinions about the Black Lives Matter campaign. And do you think it's working, or has it been a complete failure?